Hey guys, if you would take a look at your watches, you might notice that it's 9:09 today. Today is September 9th, 9:09. And y'all, when it's 9:09, you know what that means, right? So, today I got a whole bunch of people to talk to you about my boy Lloyd. So here we go. I'm gonna roll the clips. There's just a whole bunch of people on the roofs, on the decks and roofs of boats, talking about the one and only junior high pastor and senior pastor of student ministries, Lloyd. So here's your Lloyd stories. I'll be back at the end.
What are my favorite Lloyd stories, you ask? Well, there are three. First one is personal. Back in 7th grade at Alpine Winter Camp, me and the guys were staying up late at night playing blackjack with poker chips and everything. And we were into it. It was a serious game. And then all of a sudden, Lloyd and Daryl come busting in the room, and we all look around like, oh man, we're in so much trouble staying up late. And he looks at us all intently and he says, guys, blackjack is my game. And he sits down with us and plays a couple rounds. And TBH, Lloyd is not a good blackjack player, but he thinks he is. But it was fun. It was lit.
Lloyd, man, 909. I'm never gonna forget the time you told us that story about you throwing kids into the water over the tree. You're just the most radical man I've ever met, and hey, I love you, man.
My second favorite Lloyd story is the one where he's on a date, and I think this is like one of his earlier dates, like this is his first time dating or something, like close to it. And so he's out with a girl and they're having a hamburger, and he's talking, and he takes a bite of his hamburger and he's talking with his mouth open, right? Because this is his first time. He doesn't know you're not supposed to do that. And while he's talking, a piece comes out onto his hand, and he and the girl both eye it and realize that it's there. And Lloyd, trying to save face while still talking, eats it off his hand and pretends like nothing happened. The girl never talked to him again.
Lloyd, the main story I remember from back when you were in the 909 was when you and your buddy or something laid in the back of a truck and you guys were chucking wood out of the back and you guys got yelled at, and love you. See you later.
Dude, Lloyd, you're so rad, man. One story Lloyd told me about the 909 was his pastor got kidnapped by some random dude in a van, and his pastor's father was a pastor. So the guy that was driving the van who kidnapped him asked him one question only, and it was, what does your dad do? And the kid responded, he was a kid, so he responded, oh, my dad's a pastor. And as soon as he said that, he turned around, dropped him off at his house, and left. And that's the end of the story. It's a 909 for you, baby.
So Lloyd, he's a very down-to-earth and friendly person, and, I think the way, the awkward way that he does things really brought me closer to him. And, from waiting in the line for the shower because Lloyd was taking too long to the old cheesy horror stories that he told us during Alpine when I was in middle school, really got me to realize how much of a outgoing but also really caring leader is.
Lloyd, I like your bald spot.
Lloyd was talking about the 909, and everyone knows what it is if you've been around him, if you know him. Well, I hadn't been there when someone told the whole group. So as everyone was laughing, I just sat there awkwardly laughing, going, what do 3 numbers mean?
Lloyd Gilbert, they say,
Hey, join us!
you can take the man out of the 909, but you can't take the 909 out of the man. And that's the phrase that's been used to describe Lloyd Gilbert. Lloyd Gilbert, I think, is like the Christian equivalent of Vsauce Michael, but instead of poorly made up facts about space, it's the Bible. That's all I gotta say about Lloyd Gilbert, man.
Lloyd is an absolute no-scoper. He hit multiple tricks on me twice, and then he all throughout middle school he was the OG Kush fam. We blazed up on at Alpine every single day. By blazing, I mean marshmallows. You naughty tricksters, you thought I was talking about marijuana. No, I'm not a part of medical marijuana yet. Yet. I will be better than Snoop Dogg one day, though. For all of you people that are watching this, I know this is cringy, and I want you to know that I have broken the 5th wall. See you later.
My last favorite Lloyd story is he's on a date with his now wife, and they're walking down at a park next to like a river stream, and they see some kids in a tree that bends over the lake and dips down into it, trying to get a ball that floated into it. And Lloyd sees this and trying to impress his girl, he's like, oh yeah, I can help those kids. And so there's one kid already on the branch over the water trying to reach for the ball. So Lloyd climbs on and he gets next to the kid and he's gonna pick him up to move him around to the other side to get over and save the ball. And so what he does is he picks up the kid and he moves him over. And it's at this point that Lloyd realizes, I am not as strong as I think I am. And he drops the kid into the river and he does not get the ball back. Those are my 3 favorite Lloyd stories.
So to celebrate the greatness of Lloyd, at 9:09 a.m. and p.m., me and a couple other friends, we just go crazy at 9:09 because Lloyd is from the 9:09.
So Hunter, you wanted to know about my dad?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
I want to hear a crazy story about your dad.
Okay, well, let's see. There's this one time where he was on his way to the gas station to fill up his really sketchy looking car. And while he was driving there, on the there's this house, and the driveway was empty, but parked on the front lawn was this car. So that kind of sums up the 909 right there. Is they park on their lawns before they park in the driveways. Quick little side note. Anyways, while he was at the gas station, this group of like maybe 15 guys, all thug and stuff, coming up to him, and they're like, and my dad's just scrawny dude still in college, like he's just waiting for his car to be gassed up, and these guys come up to him and they knock on the car, and they they're like, hey, like, you got some drugs, bro? And my dad's just, and then my dad all of a sudden like kind of sits down a little bit, pulls out a huge Bowie knife, just full on like this huge looking knife, and he's just holding it under his steering wheel, and he's just like, what's up guys, like classic Lloyd, but more kind of like ghetto, Anyway, so they all kind of like flash him their gun stuff, and he's like, I don't got any guns, I don't have any drugs, man. So they look at him, and my dad's holding the knife ready to like stab some of them, I don't think he actually would though, but he's holding it there like ready to defend himself. And they all say, all 15 of them, they kind of shake the car a little bit, and they said, you want to buy some drugs? And my dad's like, nah, dudes, So they just walk away. So that's kind of like a little, my dad has so many stories, it's hard to remember all of them, but that's just like a classic little 909 scene for you. Bunch of people attacking you at a gas station. So, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed all those Lloyd stories. And to close it off, I'm going to tell you, I won't say it's my favorite Lloyd story, but a lot of them I've forgotten because, there's a new one every week. So, this is the one that I just remember, and I always tell people, and like people are like, who's Lloyd? Like, this is my go-to Lloyd story. So, Lloyd's on vacation, he's out at his like grandmother's house or something like that, or like revisiting the 909 or something, I don't know. And all week, he has all this free time because he's on vacation, all this downtime, and he reads this book, 101 Best Comebacks, right? Because, I'd read that too. Good way to pass time. Then last night, he goes out to dinner with the family, dinner goes well and everything, and at the very end, they order dessert, right? And he gets ice cream, and the waiter, oh my gosh, she's been working all day, she makes an honest mistake. She forgets the spoon, she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, do you want me to go get you a spoon for the ice cream? And Lloyd just looks up and he goes, no, I'm going to sit here and wait 2 hours for the ice cream to melt, and then I'm going to pick up the bowl and slurp it like a soup. Woo! So, that is my favorite Lloyd story. Lloyd probably did not have a good night after that. Anyways, go talk to Lloyd, because he's a great man. I hope you enjoyed 909, Vlog 909 on 909 today. And if you did enjoy 909, please do leave a like if you did not like it, dislike it. Don't forget to share your opinion in the comment section down below. And I will see you tomorrow, Vlog 910. Bye, bye, bye.
Ready, go.
So Lloyd is,
Lloyd's sexy.
Go.
All right, you know, so Lloyd is, you know, he's a special character, you know. Though, I guess you could say the awkward way that he does things really helps to show that he's, you know, he can be.
Lloyd, I want you to know that you're sexy. You're a beautiful man. Sam Porter, you're also sexy. How's life? What's up, Jared?
Hey, you know, like, you got some drugs, bro?